This is a Tell It All Q&A video. The week I was supposed to travel to the UK fully, I had a police officer stop me. A lot of people have this misconception that content creators are lazy people. Dating and marriage, they are two different things. Why are you asking me this question? Why are you asking me this question? Oh my god, you guys are making me laugh. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. You're one of the OGs and I really appreciate you. My name is Teniola and I'm a YouTuber based in the United Kingdom. I film videos on everything lifestyle, personal development and other exciting stuff. So if this is your vibe, please do well to click the subscribe button and don't forget to turn on your notifications so that you get to know when I post a video. Now to this video, you guys, this Q&A video is long overdue. I've been asked to do a Q&A video since December. Then I said I was going to do it in January, like to start the year afresh, and then I didn't get to it in January. So now in February I'm like, you know what, let me just do it. It's better late than never, right? So I've compiled a couple of questions that I've gotten from different people and I'm going to be answering them in this video. So this is a Tell It All Q&A video, so do well to stick around because I'll be getting into the nitty-gritty of every question that I've been asked. And some of these questions are funny questions, by the way. I don't know how you guys thought about these questions, and some of them are like very intriguing questions. So yeah, I'm very excited. Let's get straight into it. In case you see me looking at my phone, I have the questions here on my phone, so I'll be answering them. The first question is a brief introduction about yourself for those of us that are new. So to answer your question, my name is Teniola and I'm a 26-year-old married woman living in the UK. I live here with my husband. I recently relocated fully. Prior to now, I used to live in Nigeria and I only visited the UK from time to time, but I recently relocated fully. I studied economics in school. I'm from Oyo State. I attended the University of Ibadan and I'm very passionate about content creation. It's been something I've always wanted to pursue since I was in uni, but I never really got to it. Like I never really committed to it. But now I'm exploring it. Apart from that, I am a finance girly, corporate girly. So I work in the finance industry and yeah, that's like a brief overview about me. Yeah, I hope that answered your question. Another question I got is, what was the hardest part for you about moving? The hardest part for me about moving is the people, or was the people. I really have roots in Nigeria. I mean, I lived in Nigeria for like 26 years of my life. So Nigeria is like my home country. It's my home country. It's not even, it's my own country. I have family in Nigeria. My best friends are in Nigeria. My family are in Nigeria. Like a lot of people are in Nigeria. The only person that's like my person that is in the UK is my husband. Every other person that I know in the UK are like people that we are not as close, right? So my closest friends, my family, my cousins, everybody are just in Nigeria. So the hardest part about moving to the UK would be like the people. And then the second hardest part, I wouldn't say it was really hard because I knew it was coming, was me having to leave my job in Nigeria to move to the UK. So yeah, that was just like another hard part, but it wasn't the hardest part really, to be honest. It was something I knew was going to happen eventually, like it was bound to happen. So the hardest part about moving from Nigeria to the UK is the people. And then it says, what do you miss the most about Nigeria? I miss the people. I miss my mom. I miss my sister. Before I moved to the UK fully, my younger sister moved in with me, so we were living together and I just miss our chit chats and all those things. I miss my mom, I miss my sister, I miss my siblings, I miss my friends. I used to hang out with my friends in Nigeria quite often. I wouldn't say quite often, but like at least every month or every other month I see my friends, and like when I see them, we mostly have sleepovers. Like we have sleepovers, we go out, spend weekends together, so we spend quality time together. So I miss that. I really miss them. So I'll say my friends, my family. Yeah, I miss being able to just go to my mom's house when I'm stressed and just have like a downtime and allow my mom pamper me, take care of me. Yes, those are the things I miss Yes, that's what I miss most about Nigeria. I wouldn't really say I miss the food. Sometimes I crave some things that my mom usually typically cooks for me, but other than that, every other thing that in terms of food, I get to eat it here. So I wouldn't say I miss it. What are the things I don't miss about Nigeria? The traffic. Where I was staying before I moved to the UK, we were constantly having issues with electricity, and because of that, we had issues with water. We never had any big issue with security, but because I used to take Uber to work, when I was in Nigeria, I used to take Uber to work like to and fro. So I used to be concerned about my security in Nigeria. I've had police officers stop me quite a number of times. In fact, the week I was supposed to travel to the UK fully and relocate fully, I had a police officer stop me. He searched my bag. Like it was just insane, right? Those are things I don't miss about Nigeria. I don't miss all those about like traffic, insecurity, electricity issues, water issues, and then fuel. Oh my goodness, I suffered for fuel. Hey, because of this electricity issue, at some point I sent my gas man to get fuel for me. He bought what's that thing? Bad fuel. They call it something adulterated. Adulterated fuel. He got it for me, and it's affected my generator. Like all those things are just issues that I kept having, and like issues with internet. There are days when I'll have issues with Airtel. See, don't get me started. Don't get me started. Infrastructure, basically, like my major challenge when I was living in Nigeria was the infrastructure. It was terrible. It was terrible for me. Like my house was, at some point I had to tell my husband that the house was not giving me joy anymore, because it was like whenever I come home, it's like I'm facing one thing or the other. And also my commute in Lagos, I had issues because I didn't know how to drive. There was a car available for me to drive, but I didn't know how to drive. I had issues getting drivers. There was a driver that I got that was supposed to resume, and he texted me like the night before he was supposed to resume that I was not going to be able to come. Like all those things just frustrated me about Nigeria. But yeah, that's about it. Those are things I don't miss about Nigeria. Is content creation hard? Yes, content creation is hard. Let me stress it over and over. A lot of people have this misconception that content creators are lazy people and they don't have any other thing to do with their time. That's why they are doing content creation, and that's not true. That misconception is totally false. Content creation is hard, is difficult. In fact, some people do content creation as a full-time job, and the thing about content creation, especially when you do it as a full-time job, is you work around the clock. When you are not filming, you are editing. When you are not editing, you are researching ideas. When you are not researching ideas, you are scripting for your videos. Like, it is a full-time job, especially when you have to do it all by yourself and you don't have like video editors, you don't have videographers, all those things. It's a full-time job. For me, I don't do it as a full-time job, but other people do it as a full-time job. So it is hard. Another question is, would you advise me to quit my job to pursue content creation? No, please don't quit your job to pursue content creation. My advice would be to start content creation on the side and then see how it spans, right? My own personal opinion is, don't quit your job to start content creation. If you are really interested in content creation, then do it on the side while you do your 9 to 5. It's just that you will really have to be very particular about your time management skills. You need to manage your time better. You need to plan effectively in order to be able to balance it well. But all in all, I would advise that you do not quit your job to start content creation. Do you have natural hair? No, I don't have natural hair, and I don't think I want to ever have natural hair. My hair is relaxed, and the reason why I don't have natural hair is because I don't have the strength for it. I admire people that have natural hair, but I don't admire them in a way that, oh, I wish I had natural hair. No, I don't wish I have natural hair. I don't want to have natural hair because I can't keep up with it. I see it as a lot of work, and I can't just keep up with it. So no, I don't have natural hair, and I'm not thinking about it. My hair is always going to be relaxed. But the thing is, with relaxing my hair, right, I only do it 4 times in a year. So I only relax my hair every quarter. In fact, sometimes I don't do it every quarter. I think last year I did it 3 times. I don't have natural hair. This person asked 2 different questions. It says, do you have a go-to first date question? Do you have any advice on how to navigate dating? So these are 2 different questions, but I'll answer it together. In terms of navigating dating, I would say date intelligently. I'll be answering this question from the perspective of a believer and as a woman or as a lady. I had my fair share of mistakes when it comes to dating. I wish I knew better, but all in all, I would say these experiences shaped who I am today and where I'm at today, and also who I'm with today. So I would say date intelligently and date with marriage in mind. And that's also the phase where you can say, okay, you know what, I'm not doing again, I'm moving on, right? Don't date with the mindset of, well, because I want to marry this person, whatever the person does, I'm going to stick with the person. Nope, don't do that. When you're looking out for who to date, who you intend to spend your life with, think about your future. Think about your own personal journey. Where do I see myself? Where do I want to be? When you think about that, it will help you shape the decision on who you want to be with. Who do you want to go on that journey with? If you're a believer like myself, you also want someone who believes in Christ Jesus. You also want someone who is saved. You don't want to be with someone who is not saved, who does not have the same values as you do. Date someone whose visions, whose dreams aligns with yours. If you're someone who is passionate about staying in Nigeria and building the country, and then you're with someone who wants to travel and relocate, it's going to be difficult. So you need to be with someone whose values align with yours. There are lots to say about this. And if you guys want me to make an in-depth video on how to navigate dating relationship, let me know in the comment section and I will probably just do a video on that. Now we go to first date question. I actually have a long list of questions. These questions are things that just come to mind. When I have things that come to mind, I write them down in my notepad, and when I'm chatting with someone or I feel like I'm vibing with the person and we can be in a relationship, or when I start dating someone, I ask them these questions. These are questions that help me make my decision, or they influence my decision in whether or not I want to be with this person. So first of all, one of the questions you should ask if you want to date someone is, what's your genotype? I know what's your genotype is very important. I am AA, by the way, but if you are not AA and you are like maybe AS, you really want to be sure about who you want to be with. You want to really ask that question, what's your genotype? I don't think asking someone, are you a Christian or a Muslim? Like, are you a Christian? Anybody can say, yes, I'm a Christian. It is, how does the person act like a Christian? Does the person move like a Christian, right? So beyond asking questions, right, another thing that would help you in deciding on whether or not to date someone is just observing the person. How does the person behave or interact with you and with other people? You don't just want to form your decision based on how this person interacts with you. You want to base your decision on also how this person interacts with other people. It is very important. But beyond all of this, right, one very key quality or trait I would say is very, very, very important when it comes to dating or being with anybody is kindness. Kindness. I can't overemphasize how important it is to be with a kind person. And when I say kindness, I don't just mean generosity. I don't just mean being able to dash somebody money or give you money. I mean genuine kindness from the heart. How does this person treat me? How does this person treat other people? Those are things you should ask yourself. Because when it comes to marriage, see, dating and marriage, they are two different things. If you're not with a kind person when you're dating, it is going to affect you when you get married. And beyond being with a kind person, you yourself, be a kind person. Be kind at heart. Treat people with kindness. Treat people with love. I don't want this video to be about relationship, but yeah, that's my advice. If you've watched up to this point and you're yet to subscribe, please click that subscribe button now. Please click it. Please click that subscribe button. Thank you so much. Next question is, how has marriage been so far? Also, why don't you share marriage tips and advice on your channel? For me, marriage has been eye-opening. Marriage has been good. I really recommend marriage, but I would say if you're not prepared for it, if you're not ready for it, marriage will take you by surprise, because marriage is different from dating. Oh, it's dating pro max, exactly. Like, it is dating, in fact, pro max. That's what I would say. Marriage is very eye-opening. You are in this person's space 247. But with me, I did long distance marriage for quite a while before I eventually moved in with my husband. So yeah, so far marriage has been good. I really recommend marriage for those that are mature. See, I was stressing the fact because marriage is not for kids. Oh, marriage is not for kids. Don't let anybody deceive you. Why don't I share marriage tips and advice on my channel? I would say I don't share marriage tips and advice on my channel because I am not led to share it, right? I feel like it will get to a point where I probably will start sharing, but for now, I'm not led to share marriage tips and advice because I'm also still navigating that space. Like, I'll be 2 years married in a couple of months, but still I feel like I'm still new to this. There are things I obviously can speak on, but I would say I'm not yet in that space where I want to be talking about marriage tips and advice. And plus, I really don't want my channel to be all about that. I feel like there are more dimensions to me as a person than just talking about marriage. Like, nah. I'm not just in that space yet. Maybe down the line I'll share, and maybe once in a while I'll share. But like sharing and talking about that week in, week out, nah, I probably will not be able to do that. But if you want me to make a video on something that has to do with marriage or relationship, let me know in the comment section. I can take that. I can do it once in a while, but doing it every time is something I probably will not be able to do. Or doing it once in a while, yeah, maybe. How did you meet your husband? Hey, you people. Okay, how did I meet my husband? I met my husband through a friend, actually. I went for how I met my husband. I went for a bridal shower. No, not bridal shower. I went for a proposal. I went for a proposal, my friend's proposal, and my husband happened to be the friend of the groom. And my husband, so we all slept over because it was like an Airbnb and stuff. So we all slept over, and then the next morning I was going back home, and then I went to meet the fiancé of my friend's fiancé, or the person that proposed, the guy that proposed. I went to meet him that, oh, I'm going home, blah blah blah. That can he drop me off where I'll take a bus? It was like, oh no, that he's not going in that direction. However, his friend is going in that direction, so I should follow his friend. Hey. I'm like, okay, how that? I said, no, that his friend is cool. I was like, okay. So I went to meet the friend that, please, I'm going in this direction. Your friend said I should speak to you. He was like, oh, sure, no problem. And that's it. We were in the car together. He didn't even chat with me. Other people also followed him, right? So it was the other guys in the car that I was talking to. I didn't really talk to him. I was sitting at the back. He was sitting at the front. So yeah, so that was it. He dropped me off. And then after I dropped me off, I texted my friend that, oh, I'm home now. This person dropped me off. She was like, oh, okay, do I want to thank him myself? I said, yeah, no problem. Give me his contact. So that's how I got his contact. I was the one that texted him first to say, oh, I'm so person's friend. Thank you for dropping me off. And I was like, oh, I hope you go home safe, blah, 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 yeah. I was like, oh, yeah, that he even went for a concert that night. He was so tired. Thinking about it, Jesus. So yeah, and when I met him, it wasn't something that was on my mind. So, like, anyway, that's how I met my husband. Thank you for asking that question. How would you advise me to navigate life with a second-class lower degree? This is a good question. First of all, I'm going to say that graduating with a second-class lower degree doesn't mean that that's the end of the world. It just means that you need to position yourself properly to ensure that you stand out from other people in the corporate world. And you can do that by getting more certifications. So say you're interested in finance, you can do ACCA, you can write CFA exams. You don't necessarily need to bag these certifications before you start applying. Say if you write just one level or one paper, just to show that, okay, I'm trying to be better. You can also upskill. You can learn how to do certain things. If you're interested in product design, you can learn product design, get certifications from places like Udemy, Coursera, Skillshare, all those things. Just upskill, get more certifications, and network, build your network, interact with people. And yeah, I guess that's how you stand out. Getting or graduating with a second class lower degree is not the end of the world. It definitely isn't the end of the world. So another question says, how do you shop for clothes in the UK? Did you bring yours from Nigeria? Yes, I brought my clothes from Nigeria. In fact, this top I'm wearing, I brought it from Nigeria. This trousers I'm wearing, I brought it in Nigeria. So I brought my clothes from Nigeria to the UK, and that's because I know a lot of people say you shouldn't bring your clothes from Nigeria to the UK because you will not need them. I beg to differ. And maybe because before relocating fully to the UK, I've been to the UK like 3-4 times before that, and I've lived in the UK for like 3 months at a stretch. Like, so I know how the weather is in the UK. Although this is my first proper winter, but I know how the weather is in the UK. So I knew that some of my clothes would work well or function well or help me here in the UK. So I didn't bother leaving them. For some of my clothes that I felt that they probably would not help me that much, I left them. But I brought like 70% of my clothes from Nigeria to the UK. And I've gotten a couple of clothes here in the UK, but also most of the clothes I wear are from Nigeria. What are your biggest culture shocks since being in the UK? I wouldn't say I have like major culture shocks because, again, like I said, before relocating fully to the UK, I had already visited or lived in the UK for a while. Like, I'd been in the UK, I'd traveled to the UK like 3 times before relocating fully to the UK. So this time around, I wouldn't say I have any culture shock in that sense. I'm trying to think of something. Maybe one thing that I would say shocked me was how really, really cold the winter is. This is my first winter experience. Prior to now, I've experienced summer, spring, autumn, but not winter. I've never experienced winter in the UK. So I've experienced every other season apart from winter. So is it that I'm leaving UK before winter, or I'm arriving just after winter? So I never really had the opportunity to experience winter itself. So this is my first full winter, and hey, it is cold. It is really cold. It is really, really cold. So how I think about it in my head is the coldest AC aircon can get is 16 degrees, but here it gets as low as -1, -2. So that's to show you that it is really cold. In fact, the other day it got as cold as -7. It was cold. It's really cold. I think that's like my major culture shock. Other than that, I don't really have any culture shock. I think I am adapting well. And again, I would say this is probably because I visited a couple of times before relocating fully. So yeah, how do you deal with insecurities? I just don't let it get the best of me, right? Everybody has something they're insecure about, or they have a couple of things that they're insecure about. I just know that it's just one of those things, and I don't allow it to get to me too much. If I start to realize that it's getting to me, I don't wallow in it. I probably can think about it once in a while, but I don't wallow in it, right? So yeah, that's how I would say I deal with my insecurities. And another way I deal with it is, you cannot use it to abuse me. Do you get? Because I'm a very confident person. I don't allow people's opinion get to me in that sense. So if you're saying something about myself, it's something I'm aware of, so you can't trash talk me with it. You can't even trash talk me. Talk less of trash talking me with my insecurities. You get what I'm trying to say? So yeah. When are we getting another travel vlog? If you want another travel vlog, you guys should help me speak to sponsors that will sponsor another travel trip. Okay? Anyway, I don't know when you're getting another travel vlog, to be honest. I'm not aware. Let me say this, because I don't know what God can do. I'm not aware of any upcoming trip. These trips do take money. In case you missed that part, it takes money. So I'm not aware of any trip at the moment. I might be traveling soon, I might not be traveling soon, I don't know. But you get another travel vlog when you get it. I can't say that this is a specific time when you get another travel vlog. So we'll see about that. Yeah, I think that's about it. This Q&A stretched me. It stretched me. I don't know. I've just been talking for so long. But yeah, so thank you so much for watching this video. If you've stayed up to the end, thank you so much. Please give this video a thumbs up, like this video, because it helps the YouTube algorithm push my videos to other people. So please do well to give this video a thumbs up, like my video, please like my video, and drop a comment. If you have any other questions you would want me to answer in my next Q&A session, let me know in the comment section and I'll definitely be responding. And if you have any other video ideas you want me to film, let me know and I will also be creating them. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys so much and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.